So, welcome back. Communication. Effective communication is very, very important, I must say. It's really important for us to develop a strong communication skills that can allow us to make our plans, that can allow us to work with people as our team, that can allow us to live with people in harmony, that can allow us to communicate our brand value, that can allow us to communicate our services, the value we have in our services, that can even allow us to sell our brand. Now, whatever quality you have as a product, whatever services that you offer, no matter the quality of your services, no matter how essential your services is needed, no matter how needful your product is, you need to effectively communicate it to your prospective customers, to your prospective market, to your target audience. You might have an amazing product, you might have an excellent service, you might have a very good brand that you want to push out there. You might even have a very good idea that you need your team or your co-workers to understand. But if you don't communicate it effectively, it's just going to flop. You can't be saying things and people are not understanding what you're talking about. You have to make a deliberate and conscious effort to see that you're speaking to someone. Now, you're not going to speak to everybody. You know who you want to offer your services to. Your focus is to communicate with those people. You know what you're selling. You know who your target audience are. You have to communicate your brand to them. If you don't know your target audience, this is the time for you to understand your target audience. I think we've treated that one in our revamp our business course. Understand who your target audience are. You can't go talking to everybody. You can't go to the market and say, hey, all of you that is coming to this market, come and buy from me. What are you selling? Whatever product or services you're selling or you're giving, there are specific people who have a need or have the need for those particular things. So you need to communicate to them in a way that they will understand. Now, it also, if you're able to communicate very well, it also gives you the leverage and the ability to take a back seat when you work with your team and delegate someone to do these tasks. If you're able to communicate with your team, we need to achieve XYZ, we need to do this and this. Once you're able to communicate the brand value or the services to your team, it's easier for them to go ahead and carry out the assignment. But without proper communication to your customers, to your staff, to your team members, to your colleagues, you can't delegate. So this is important. You have to understand what you even want to achieve or what you want to sell or the services you want to offer for you to be able to even delegate a task to anyone in your team. And once you're able to delegate tasks and to delegate assignments, it gives you time liberty. You'll be able to focus on other things that are very important and are very crucial for you, and you will be able to align your goals with the vision and mission of your brand or your company or your services. Now, when you're able to assign some little relevant tasks here and there, what you're doing is you saving time to be able to do more productive thing. So your team needs to understand what you're doing. If you work with a team, your team can be your team members, they can be your colleague, they can be your co-workers, they can be the riders you're working. Yes, the riders you're using, whether personal or not, they are your team because you work with them to service people that buy your products. So if you do services, you're not working alone. There are certain things you do that requires people's expertise. These are your team. How effectively do you communicate with them, and can you delegate a certain task for them, and will they be able to carry it effectively? So we need to communicate very effectively for us to really understand and get what we really want to achieve.